Hey there, friend. Let's talk about something that matters to everyone. Your brain. You've only got one, and it's running 24/7 to help you live, think, feel, work, and dream. But just like your body needs regular exercise to stay strong, your brain needs daily care to stay sharp, focused, and youthful. In this video, I'm going to share 15 powerful tips to keep your brain young, divided into 4 simple and practical steps. First step, we're diving into 5 simple habits you can build into your everyday life to keep your brain young. These aren't complicated. They don't need fancy equipment. They're just real, powerful actions anyone can do. Starting today. Step 1. Build daily habits that boost brain health. 1. Move your body. Grow your mind. Let's kick things off with something simple. Exercise. You've probably heard that walking is good for your heart. But did you know it's also one of the best things you can do for your brain? When you move your body, whether it's walking, dancing, swimming, or just stretching, you increase blood flow to your brain. That means more oxygen, more nutrients, and more energy to help your brain cells grow and stay healthy. Exercise also triggers something called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. It's like fertilizer for your brain. It helps your brain make new connections and protect old ones. You don't need a gym. A 30-minute walk a day is a great start. Do some squats, ride a bike, or even just dance in your kitchen. The key is consistency. So remember, if you move your body, your brain will thank you. 2. Feed your brain the right fuel. You are what you eat, and your brain is no exception. Your brain is the most energy-hungry part of your body, and it runs best on high-quality fuel. That means foods rich in omega-3s, antioxidants, and good fats. Here are some brain-boosting foods to include in your meals. Fatty fish like salmon or sardines. Nuts and seeds, especially walnuts and flax seeds. Blueberries, strawberries, and dark leafy greens. Avocados and olive oil. Dark chocolate, yep, in moderation. And don't forget water. Your brain is about 75% water. So staying hydrated is key to staying sharp. Avoid too much sugar, junk food, or processed snacks. They might give a quick energy boost, but they drain your brain over time. So next time you eat, think of it this way. You're not just feeding your stomach. You're feeding your future. 3. Sleep. The silent superpower for your brain. Let's talk about one of the most underrated secrets to a sharp, young brain: sleep. Seriously, if sleep came in a bottle, it would be the world's most powerful brain supplement. People would pay anything for it. But here's the good news. You already have access to it, and it's free. You just have to use it the right way. When you sleep, your brain doesn't shut down. It actually goes into high gear. While you're resting, your brain is cleaning itself up. Literally. It flushes out waste and toxins that build up during the day. It also organizes all the stuff you learned, saw, and felt. It files your memories into the right places and strengthens the connections between brain cells. That's why you might notice that after a good night's sleep, everything feels clearer. You remember things better. You solve problems faster. Your mood is better too. That's not magic. It's your brain, well rested and ready to go. On the flip side, not getting enough sleep messes everything up. Your thinking slows down. You feel cranky or anxious. You forget things. And over time, lack of sleep can even speed up brain aging and increase your risk of diseases like Alzheimer's. It's no joke. So how much sleep do you really need? Most adults need 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. Not just lying in bed with your phone. Not tossing and turning. We're talking about real, deep, restful sleep. Here are some simple habits to help you sleep better. Turn off screens at least 1 hour before bed. The blue light from your phone, TV, or laptop tells your brain to stay awake. Switch to reading, journaling, or calming music instead. Keep your room dark, quiet, and cool. Your brain sleeps better when the environment is calm. Try blackout curtains, white noise machines, or even an eye mask if needed. Stick to a regular sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This helps set your body's internal clock so you fall asleep faster and wake up with more energy. Avoid caffeine late in the day. Coffee, tea, soda, even chocolate can stay in your system for hours and mess with your sleep. Try to cut it off by early afternoon. Don't eat heavy meals right before bed. Your body should be resting, not working hard to digest food. Keep late-night snacks light and easy. Create a wind-down routine. Your brain needs a signal that it's time to slow down. Maybe that's stretching, meditation, prayer, reading a few pages from a book, whatever helps you relax. Keep stress out of your bed. If your mind is racing, try writing down your worries in a journal before bed. That way your brain doesn't have to keep spinning while you're trying to sleep. Think of sleep as your brain's personal spa night. Every hour you sleep is like charging your mental battery. It helps you stay smart, focused, creative, and emotionally strong. And no, sleeping isn't being lazy. It's being smart. It's giving your brain the time it needs to reset, clean up, and prepare for the next day. So tonight, don't scroll endlessly on your phone or push through another episode. Turn off the lights, close your eyes, and give your brain the gift of rest. Because a well-rested brain, that's your real superpower. 4. Keep learning, keep growing. Feed your brain every day. Here's something really cool. Your brain is not fixed. It's not like a machine that gets rusty with age. In fact, your brain can keep growing, changing, and getting sharper no matter how old you are. All it needs is the right kind of exercise. And no, I'm not talking about lifting weights. I'm talking about learning. Think of your brain like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. When you learn something new, anything really, you're actually rewiring your brain. You're building new connections between brain cells. You're keeping your memory sharp, your focus strong, and your mind flexible. Now here's the best part. Learning doesn't have to be boring. You don't need to go back to school or study for hours a day. There are so many fun, easy ways to keep your brain learning every single day. Try learning a new language. Even just 5 to 10 minutes a day on a language app can wake up your brain. It doesn't matter if you ever speak it fluently. The point is to challenge your brain in new ways. Pick up a musical instrument. You don't have to be a rock star. Just playing around with a guitar, keyboard, or even a ukulele stimulates parts of your brain linked to memory, hearing, and coordination. Read something different. If you usually read the same kind of books or blogs, switch it up. Try a book about space, or history, or cooking. It doesn't matter what, as long as it's something new to you. Take an online course. There are free and short classes everywhere. YouTube, Coursera, Udemy. Learn photography, graphic design, personal finance, or even AI. The goal isn't to be an expert. The goal is to stay curious. Watch a documentary. You're already watching stuff. Why not choose something that teaches you about the world? It could be about animals, inventions, ancient history, or the brain itself. Try new recipes or hobbies. Cooking a dish from a different culture, gardening, painting, knitting, learning chess. All of these light up different parts of your brain. Teach someone else. When you explain something to another person, your brain works even harder. You understand the topic better and you build stronger memory connections. Why is this all so important? Because staying mentally active keeps your brain young. It lowers your risk of memory loss. It helps prevent cognitive decline. It boosts creativity and problem solving. And honestly, it just makes life more interesting. The goal isn't perfection. You don't have to be the best at anything. The point is to keep showing up. Keep challenging your brain. Keep feeding it new things to think about. So let me ask you, what's one thing you've always wanted to learn, but never tried? Maybe it's photography. Maybe it's public speaking. Maybe it's painting, writing a short story, or fixing your own car. Whatever it is, just start, even if you start small. Because every time you learn something new, you're not just growing your knowledge, you're growing your brain. And a brain that keeps growing, that's a brain that stays young, sharp, and ready for anything. 5. Talk, laugh, connect. Keep your brain alive with people. Let's be real, we're not meant to go through life alone, and your brain, it agrees. One of the best things you can do to keep your brain young and healthy isn't a fancy trick or a special diet. It's staying connected with people. Yep, simple things like talking, laughing, listening, and just being around others can work wonders for your mind. Think about the last time you had a great conversation or laughed so hard your stomach hurt. That moment did more than lift your mood. It lit up your brain. Every time you connect with another person, your brain has to focus, listen, respond, think creatively, and even feel empathy. It's like a full-body workout for your mind. Science backs it up. Studies show that people who have strong social relationships tend to have better memory, less stress, and lower risk of mental decline as they age. They're also less likely to suffer from depression and loneliness. Two things that can really harm your brain over time. And guess what? It doesn't have to be anything big or dramatic. You don't need a huge social circle or a packed calendar. Just small moments of real connection can make a big difference. Call an old friend, even if it's just to say hi. Go for a walk with a neighbor or coworker. Have dinner with family, and keep the phones off the table. Join a club, a group, or a class where you can meet new people. Volunteer in your community. Helping others builds strong bonds and gives your brain a sense of purpose. Even chatting with the barista at your coffee shop or smiling at a stranger adds a little spark to your day and to your brain. And let's not forget the power of laughter. Laughter is like brain medicine. It lowers stress hormones, boosts mood, and even helps your brain release feel-good chemicals like dopamine. Watching a funny movie, joking with friends, or sharing memes can actually help keep your brain young. So, the next time you feel like staying in and isolating yourself, remember this. Connection is protection. When you talk, laugh, and connect with others, you're not just filling time. You're feeding your brain. You're building emotional strength, improving your memory, and keeping your mind flexible and alive. So, pick up the phone. Share a laugh. Tell someone you appreciate them. Because your brain and your heart were made to connect. And the more you do, the younger you'll feel, inside and out. Step 2. Build stronger connections. Hey again, ready for step 2? You've already started taking care of your brain by boosting your daily habits and staying mentally active in step 1. Now it's time to take things deeper. In this step, we'll focus on something that doesn't always get enough attention: your relationships, your social life, and the way you connect with the world. Because believe it or not, strong connections are one of the best ways to keep your brain young, sharp, and full of life. 6. Talk more, text less. Real conversations matter. We live in a texting world. Short messages, emojis, thumbs up. It's easy and quick, but it's not always meaningful. When was the last time you had a real face-to-face conversation with someone? No phones, no distractions, just eye contact and connection. Real conversations work your brain in a special way. You have to listen, think, respond, and sometimes read between the lines. You use emotion, memory, vocabulary, and timing, all in real time. This kind of brain workout is way more powerful than just scrolling or reacting to posts. Talking to people regularly keeps your communication skills sharp. It keeps your emotional intelligence high. It even helps your memory. So go ahead, call a friend, visit a neighbor, start a conversation with someone new. Every real connection you build gives your brain a reason to grow. And here's the bonus: it makes you feel good too. 7. Spend time with people who make you think. Let's be honest, not all company is good company. You've probably noticed that after spending time with certain people, you feel energized, curious, even smarter. But with others, you leave feeling drained, stuck, or just bored. That's not just a mood thing. That's your brain reacting. See, your brain loves to be challenged, but in the right way. When you hang out with people who make you think, you're actually giving your brain a mini workout. They might bring up ideas you've never heard before, ask deep questions, or push you to explain your point of view better. These moments light up different areas of your brain, building new connections and keeping your thinking sharp. Now, let's be real. We all know people who gossip all day, complain about everything, or go in mental circles without getting anywhere. These conversations don't stretch your brain. They shrink it. You don't have to cut them out completely, but be mindful of how much time you spend in those loops. Instead, look for the thinkers, the curious ones, the friends who read books, share thought-provoking videos, love deep conversations, or question how the world works. People who are okay with disagreement, not the angry kind, but the respectful kind that helps both of you grow. And here's something cool. You don't have to agree with them all the time. In fact, healthy debates are one of the best things for your brain. When you try to see things from another angle or explain your side clearly, your brain stretches, adapts, and stays flexible. That's how mental agility grows. So ask yourself, who in your life inspires you to think bigger? Who makes you curious? Who challenges you in a way that feels exciting, not exhausting? Spend more time with those people. Surrounding yourself with thinkers doesn't mean cutting off everyone else. It just means being intentional about who you give your best energy to. Because over time, you become like the people you spend time with. And your brain does too. So the next time you get to choose who to hang out with, pick the person who sharpens your mind, not just your social calendar. That's how you grow. That's how you stay alive inside. That's how you stay mentally young. 8. Be part of a group, club, or community. We're social creatures. Even if you're shy, your brain still craves connection. Isolation isn't just lonely. It's unhealthy for your mind. Studies show that people who stay socially active have lower risks of memory loss, dementia, and depression. Being part of a group gives your brain structure. It gives you something to look forward to. Whether it's a book club, walking group, church, sports team, volunteer group, or even an online community, it matters. When you meet regularly with people, your brain has to remember names, faces, stories, schedules. You listen, you respond, you adapt. These little interactions are like mini brain workouts. So if you're not already part of something, now's the time. Find a group that feels right for you. It could be big or small, local or online. Just make sure it gets you talking, thinking, and laughing with others. 9. Practice empathy and deep listening. This one's a little different. It's not just about what you say, it's about how you listen. Most people listen just to reply. You know how it goes. Someone's talking, and your brain is already busy forming your next sentence. But deep listening? That's something deeper. That's when you stop thinking about yourself and really tune in to the other person, not just their words, but their feelings. When you practice deep listening, you put your phone down, you make eye contact, you nod, ask questions, pause when needed. You give the other person your full attention. That kind of listening is rare these days and incredibly powerful. And here's the cool part. When you do this, your brain gets a workout. You're picking up on tiny emotional cues, tone of voice, facial expressions, body language. You're noticing the story behind the words. That kind of mental focus keeps your brain sharp, responsive, and emotionally smart. Now let's talk about empathy. That's when you try to feel what the other person is feeling. Not just understanding it in your head, but really feeling it in your heart. You imagine what it's like to be in their shoes. And believe it or not, empathy lights up some of the most creative and memory-rich areas in your brain. It helps you think in new ways. It helps you remember people and experiences better. It makes your brain stronger, not softer. Empathy also builds trust. When you listen deeply and with care, people feel safe with you. They open up. They feel seen, heard, and valued. That connection does something powerful, not just for them, but for you too. It makes your relationships deeper and more meaningful. And those emotional bonds, they protect your brain from stress, loneliness, and even memory loss. So next time someone talks to you, slow down. Don't rush to fix them or offer advice. Just be present. Listen with your ears, your eyes, and your heart. Practice empathy like it's a daily skill, not just a personality trait. Because it is. And the more you do it, the better your brain gets. Deep listening and empathy might seem like small things, but they create huge mental rewards. They keep your mind open, your heart full, and your brain young. Wrapping up step 2. Connection is brain power. So, what did we just learn? Talking with people in real life builds your brain. Spending time with thought-provoking people keeps your mind sharp. Being part of a group fights off loneliness and keeps you mentally engaged. Practicing empathy and listening deeply makes you emotionally and mentally stronger. Your brain doesn't just run on facts and puzzles, it runs on people. Connection is one of the most powerful natural tools you have to stay young in spirit and strong in mind. Step 3. Build powerful brain habits that stick so far. You've been learning how to fuel your brain with the right tools, like good sleep, movement, and learning new things. But now it's time to take it a step further. In this step, we're going to talk about habits. Not just random things you try once in a while. We're talking about daily practices that can train your brain to stay sharp, focused, and even happier for the long run. These aren't just tips. These are brain rituals that'll keep your mind fresh like a well-tuned machine. Let's go. Practice gratitude. Every morning. Have you ever started your day just scrolling through your phone, already feeling behind? That's a brain killer. But here's a better idea. What if the first thing your brain felt in the morning was thankfulness? Gratitude isn't just good for the soul. It's great for your brain. When you practice gratitude daily, even if it's just thinking of 3 things you're thankful for, you light up the positive parts of your brain. Scientists have found that people who practice gratitude regularly have better memory, lower stress, and more optimism. And guess what? Optimism is linked to slower brain aging. So, tomorrow morning, before checking messages or diving into the day, take 2 minutes. Say out loud or write down 3 things you're thankful for. It could be anything. Your morning coffee, a good friend, your health, the sunshine. Doesn't matter how small, just be consistent. Your brain will thank you. 11. Use brain breaks to recharge. You might think working nonstop helps you get more done. But in reality, your brain isn't built to go full throttle for hours. Your attention drops, your focus fades, and your memory gets weaker. That's why taking brain breaks is actually one of the smartest things you can do. A brain break doesn't mean scrolling on TikTok or watching 5 YouTube videos in a row. That just fills your brain with noise. A real brain break is a moment of quiet or gentle movement, something that gives your mind a pause. Try this. Every hour or 2, step away from what you're doing. Take a 5-minute walk, do some deep breathing, stretch your arms, or even stare out a window. Let your brain wander. This short reset helps your mind process what you've learned, boosts creativity, and prevents burnout. It also helps you come back more focused and energized. 12. Get social. Yes, it's brain food. You know what's good for your brain that most people don't talk about enough? Conversations, hanging out with people, laughing, sharing stories. Yes, being social is actually a mental workout. When you talk to someone, your brain processes words, emotions, body language, and meaning all at once. It's complex, and that's a good thing. Social engagement helps keep your brain sharp, especially as you get older. Studies show that people with strong social connections are less likely to suffer from memory loss and cognitive decline. But it's not just about having hundreds of followers online. Real connection matters. Try this. Call an old friend. Join a club or group with shared interests. Volunteer for something meaningful. Even chatting with your neighbor can help. The key is to make time for authentic human interaction. Your brain loves that, and it grows stronger every time you do it. 13. Try mind games, not just mindless games. Okay, let's talk about games. Everyone loves a little fun, right? But not all games are created equal when it comes to your brain. If you want to keep your mind young, choose games that challenge your brain, not just distract it. We're talking about puzzles like Sudoku or crosswords, memory games, brain training apps like Lumosity or Peak, strategy games like chess or logic riddles, even language learning games. These games stretch your mental muscles. They boost memory, improve focus, and make it easier to solve problems. They're like the gym, but for your brain. You don't have to spend hours playing. Even 10 to 15 minutes a day can make a difference if you stay consistent. The point is, challenge your brain often. Just like a bodybuilder lifts weights, you've got to push your brain to grow. Step 4. Stay curious and keep learning new things. You've made it to the final step, and this one is all about something powerful: lifelong learning. Keeping your brain young isn't just about food, rest, or exercise. It's also about feeding your mind with new thoughts, fresh skills, and different perspectives. Think of your brain like a plant. If you keep watering it with new ideas, it will keep growing strong. Let's dive into the last 2 tips to help your brain stay forever young. 14. Learn something new. No matter your age. One of the best ways to keep your brain sharp is by learning something totally new. And no, it's never too late. Whether you're 17 or 70, your brain is always ready to grow. You could learn a language, try a musical instrument, start painting, take a cooking class, or even explore something totally unexpected like coding or photography. When you challenge your brain with new knowledge, it creates new connections inside your head. This process is called neuroplasticity, and it's what keeps your brain young and flexible. Start small. You don't have to become a master overnight. Maybe you spend just 10 minutes a day learning Spanish, or 15 minutes trying out online piano lessons. The key is to keep your brain curious. Every new thing you try adds energy to your mind and builds new mental muscles. And remember, it's okay to feel silly or slow at first. That's actually a sign your brain is growing. So don't quit. Keep going. Keep learning. 15. Teach what you learn to others. Now here's something many people don't realize. When you teach others, your own brain gets stronger. It's true. Let's say you've just learned something interesting, like a fun fact, a new recipe, or a useful trick with your phone. When you explain it to someone else, your brain has to organize the idea, remember the steps, and communicate clearly. This builds deep understanding and strong memory. Teaching also helps your brain build confidence. It improves focus, speech, and logical thinking. You don't need to be a professor or write textbooks. You can simply share what you know with friends, family, or even online. Write a post, make a short video, help a friend with their homework. When you pass on your knowledge, your brain becomes more active, more connected, and more alive. So, from now on, whenever you learn something cool, teach it to someone. You'll be surprised how much better you understand it yourself. Power is in your hands. We've reached the end of our journey together. You've learned 15 smart, simple, science-backed tips to keep your brain young. From eating right and sleeping well, to learning new skills and practicing gratitude. Every step you take helps build a stronger, brighter mind. Let's quickly look back at the 4 big steps. Step 1. Build a strong foundation with sleep, water, and movement. Step 2. Train your brain with fun challenges and focused attention. Step 3. Use simple daily habits like gratitude, breaks, and talking to people. Step 4. Keep learning and teach others what you know. You don't have to do everything all at once. Just pick one tip, start today, and stick with it. Then add another and another. Day by day, your brain will grow younger, stronger, and more alive. And always remember, your brain is a gift. Take care of it, and it will take care of you. Hey, amazing listener, if you enjoyed this video and it gave you something to think about, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend, a parent, or someone who could use a little mental boost today. And if you want more motivational videos like this, about life, growth, and becoming your best self, then hit that subscribe button and join our journey at Mind Blowing Motive. We're here every week with deep, real, inspiring content in simple words that anyone can follow. Because life is short, But your mind? That can grow forever. Thanks for listening. Stay sharp, stay kind, and always keep your brain young.